FPS. Okay. Everything working. Okay. So I think what was happening there, what I think was happening there was my computer was connected. This is just a guess is what happened. Because I pulled up the logs of OBS, because for those who don't know, OBS creates logs of the things that happen in it as you're going through, yada yada. And it looked like what was happening was connectivity issues, but I'm like, that's weird. I've had 4 bars and 6,200 kbps the entire stream, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, we dropped to 0. Why is that happening? That shouldn't be happening. I think what was happening was my computer would, in a moment, for some reason, it would switch over from being connected to using internet from the Ethernet cable, which is always recommend that you use the Ethernet cable because it's a lot more stable when you're streaming. They would then switch over to just pure raw Wi-Fi. So I believe that was what's happening. I believe I have it fixed. If it happens again, the only other issue I could think of is that it's the plugin. Is that it's the plugin's fault for the YouTube side of things. But the issue with that is, why would it suddenly not be working anymore after how long we've been using it for? But at the same time, one of the reasons I do think that that could potentially be the issue is because we were also having these issues yesterday. Like, this happened one time where the stream just crashed on us yesterday. But my computer was only on the Ethernet cable at that time, because, again, this is the one that I just set up again for today. To have it all ready. Whereas yesterday, it was on the computer that we've been streaming on for a long, long time. So if this doesn't work, then the only thing I could think of that is left is either there's something wrong with the plugin now out of nowhere after a year and a half of using it. Suddenly there's, after almost 2 years of using it, suddenly there's an issue with it, or there's something wrong with my ISP, which is something that's like, I believe the way ISPs work is that it's like something like in the router, like it's a router issue. My router might just be broken, which I hope that that's not the case. If that is the case, that'll be very sad, because then it's like, oh no, hey, all these games that I told people I'd play over the week. Uh-oh. You know what I mean? Your stream is evil. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. People have gotten 3 separate notifications from me tonight about my stream being live. And I'm sorry. I apologize. Honestly, if there was a way to have it set to, like, not send out a notification, I would be hitting that very hard right now, because I do not want to be spamming people with my notifications, because that sucks. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna kind of sit here and we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm just kind of watching, like, we're having 0 drop frames. The YouTube side of things is running at 60 FPS. And the MBS over there, the megabytes per second over there, is a little low for streaming. But like, that's how it always is on the YouTube side of things. It's always a little bit lower on the YouTube side. But it's telling us that we have excellent connection. It's telling us that we have excellent connection. And then, yeah, our kbps is incredible. 0 dropped frames, full bars. I think we might be good. I'm just going to give it another second. Anyways, hey, Flowey, how's it going? How's your night been? Hopefully better than mine. It sucks that, like, because, like, this game's been, like, really fun so far. And I'm really enjoying it. But, like, it's just the circumstances around it just kind of blow right now. Because my computer, it's either something with my computer or something to do with my internet. I pray it's not my computer. I mean, I pray that it's fixed. I hope I have it fixed. If not, that'll be very, very, very sad. Because outside of calling somebody out to, like, check it and try to figure that out, I don't know what I need to do with it. Because, yeah, no, everything I'm being told on my end is working incredibly, but then it literally like drops down for like a second. Like, and that it only really needs like that second to like completely murder the stream. It's just weird that it drops from 6,000 to literally 0. That's so weird to me. Anyways, yeah, okay. I think we're gonna back. Yes, we are. Also, wait, why the freak is the game? Why is the game big now? Has the game been outside of my borders this entire time? Yes, we are back, and I really, really do think we have it fixed this time. I'm just very scared and constantly watching it now. But has the game been outside of the frame this entire time? I don't think it has, right? Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game in my stuff? There it is. Why is it, like, long now? Why is it, like, taller? What the fuck? Oh, hey, I just got a stream summary for the past couple of streams that we've done. Hello. Anyways, yeah, welcome back, everyone. Hey, Social, how's your night been? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Hang on. I'm gonna hit settings really quick. Windowed. Okay, now what if I hit full screen? Windowed. Okay, I guess we're going to play windowed so it fits my borders better. It doesn't change anything for you guys, it just looks a little wonky to me. But that's fine. I don't know why I got taller. I watched someone play Curse of the Dead Gods while you were gone. It's a good game? What the freak is Curse of the Dead Gods? That sounds raw. Curse of the Dead Gods. It's a better Hades, in my honest opinion. That is a really freaking hot take, because Hades is so beloved, and I love Hades. I mean, I've never actually finished it. It's one of the many games I started and never finished. But wait, dude, this guy looks rad. Oh, and the art style for it's so freaking sick too. We might have to check that out. We might have to check that out someday, because this looks so freaking cool. I've never been the biggest fan of like roguelikes or anything like that, but like if it's like Hades but just like better in your honest opinion, then I am so here for it. Because like Hades and PokeRogue are like really the only two like roguelikes that I was ever able to get into. I don't know what it is. It's just like the repetition of it all just kind of gets really boring to me. But Hades is so fun that I don't mind it. And same thing with PokeRogue. Like, I love just the gameplay of Pokemon, so I'm like, I'm okay with it being repeated, especially because, like, how the stars all work. It's like, it's very, very different each and every time. So, like, that is very interesting. Yeah, I'm down to try that someday. So you just finished watching someone play it, but it's something that you also like. That's cool. Bloop, bloop. Anyways, let's get back on into the game. Oh, well... I guess we get a second shot at this. I'm gonna hit it with a hard cream of whip and espresso beads. No milk. 4. Nice. Yeah. See, I'm ready.
All right. I will have that coffee ready for you shortly.
This will tell me one of two things. One, either the game is rigged, or 2, I just need to be paying better attention to the customers. Like, if this says wrong, then the game's just rigged. Oh, wait, oh. Hey, y'all, I think I'm just bad at my job. I'm so sorry. I was judging y'all. I was out here being like, oh, these customers are so unreasonable. I was even going on a spiel of, like, is it supposed to be, like, a thematic thing of, like, despite your best efforts, like, the people in your life, like, the people around you will tear you down. Like, something, like, sad like that of, like, people being, like, the hardest part of life. But no. I'm just bad at being a barista. I'm sorry. Well done. You actually got my order right. Martha hands you a $5 bill and walks off with a smile on her face. Smile on their face. You pocket while Xavier and Cassandra aren't looking and continue assisting other customers. Wait, I mean, you don't have to do it while they're not looking, right? Like, I assume that was a tip. Or was that the money that was supposed to go in the register? Oh my gosh, wait, are we robbing? Are we becoming a Doug? Don't call it drug money. Don't call. Just say our finances. Just say our net gain. You don't need to call it the drug money. Come
Welcome to
on.
coffee. Can I get a
Greg,
Well, you
what's
can
up,
take a look.
Greg? Greg grips his build. Yeah, but okay. Let me just get. Oh wait, shoot. Hang on. Can I go back? Oh, I saved a screenshot. I don't know what button did that, but I saved a screenshot. I don't think I can go back. Yeah, no, we can't. All right, that's fine. Also, I'm so antsy now. Literally, after like every sentence I say, I'm now looking down at the KBS to see if it's still like this. Make sure it's not 0 at all, because I'm so scared now. I'm so scared. Actually ordering nuts. Gay. You know what? Screw it. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little. Let me get hazelnut. But this time make it extra dark roast and add another pack of sugar on the side. Wait. Hazelnut. Extra dark. 2? Because he just said extra.
Thank you for your business.
He just
I'll
said
get to
extra.
making
That-
that coffee right
That's
away.
so vague. That's a very vague thing. Oh. It's wrong. Nope. Okay. Okay, whatever, Greg. Maybe, how about instead you give a little bit more clear instructions instead of just extra? You know what I mean? A difficult-looking customer
Welcome to
approaches.
coffee. Can I get a name for the order?
Okay. I have my Google Docs ready to go. Holly. What's up, Holly? Terry texted. What did Terry text? Holly pulls out her cell phone from its holster, flips it open. She begins to push it open, blah, 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 reading glasses. After a few minutes, she finally finds them and begins to read out the order. Oh, God. Okay, so Terry wants a chocolate lavender macchiato. Okay, hang on. Choco, lavender, mac. 3x shots of espresso. Okay. Oh, wait, actually, he texted me to also include the fact that he wants a caramel drizzle on the left side of the cup. Why specifically the left side? Caramel drizzle on the left side. Is this something that people are... Is this how people actually are when they're ordering coffee? Sorry, he just texted again and said that actually he doesn't want it on the left side of the cup or the top. So he wants it on the right. Right side of the coupe. Okay, we got it this time. Chocolate, lavender, 3 shots. Wait. Right and bottom, because he specified not on the left,
Thank
not on
you
the
for your
top.
business.
Let's
I'll
go.
get to making that coffee right away.
Oh, gosh. I'm the best barista. I'm the best barista in the world. Oh, my gosh. You begin to help out other customers as Cassandra creates the complicated order from Holly. After Cassandra finishes the order, they give it to you and call out the order number. Well done. You actually got my order right. Holly hands you a $5 bill and walks off with a smile on their face. You pocket it while Xavier and Cassandra aren't looking and continue assisting other customers. Let's go. Let's go. 10-hole smackaroos. I'm loaded, baby. I'm buying jet skis. Oh, the lighting in this game is so freaking good. It's so freaking good. Today felt like one of the longest shifts you have ever... Today felt like one of the longest shifts you have ever worked. The customers kept coming at all hours of the day. Before you know it, the shop was closing for the day. You help Cassandra and Xavier with closing duties as the evening sun beams in through the windows. Eventually, they tell you to go home and congratulate you on an awesome first day. Bug report. True. That's what I do gotta do. Would it count as a bug report for a typo? Would that be the same thing? Use the last of your strength to walk home after a long day of work. Usually you wouldn't stop and stare at your apartment building, but after so many near-death experiences, you weren't sure if you would ever see it again. After everything you had been through in the last 24 hours, to say you are exhausted is an understatement. Nothing sounds better than being able to wash up and relax in the comfort of your own home. If it's the only way to report it, yes. Well, what if I just wrote them like a lovely little letter that said, at this scene, during this line, it says every. Would that count? You walk inside are greeted with the same boring, bare-bones interior decorations as always. Maybe when you fix your financial situation, you will finally get around to decorating this place. Okay, I gotta go. Good night. Have a great rest of your night, Social. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you so much for tuning in all 3 times. I really appreciate it. I hope you sleep well. Good night. However, a part of you enjoys the simplicity of its current state. It's like a blank canvas with so many exciting possibilities. Well, no use thinking about it now. Time to wash up and get some much-needed sleep. After showering and putting on your pajamas, the sun has completely set. The darkness of the night feels comfortable now that you are able to rest easy in a familiar place. You climb into bed and get ready for another day of work tomorrow. Oh, let's go. Manageable, manageable. Okay, so I think the way to stay not numb is to not be bad and to be happy? Please? Tuesday, August 27th. I really do like the little animated bits. I think it adds a lot of life to stuff.
I need to head to work soon.
You climb out of bed and are greeted by the bright morning sun shining through your window. Wait, her room's like super cute though. Like I know like her kitchen and everything is like bare bones like she was saying, but her room's kind of adorable. Like I don't like it doesn't mean anything, but a key and a glass like that is such a vibe. The new day brings you a new sense of renewed optimism about life. Now that you finally have hope for sobriety, it feels almost like a new person. You head over to coffee for another shift. The Jefferson City downtown is busy with adults heading to work and children heading to school. Everyone has headed somewhere where they don't really want to be, but that's just how life is. If you let the negative thoughts get you down, you would just rot in bed all day, every day. Sometimes it's worth it to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You return to a place you only left a short while ago. The morning sun shines on the tinted windows and reflect the city. Who knows how many customers you will have today, although it isn't too busy outside. As you walk inside, you see only 2 customers. Looks as if business is much slower than it was at this time yesterday. You look around and then you notice someone familiar. Oh, look at the pretty man. Look at that man. Xavier is cleaning some tables in the corner of the shop where nobody is sitting. You can tell he has been working hard because of how intense his focus is on the task. His dedication is admirable. It seems like he genuinely enjoys the task of cleaning. That's because cleaning is just kind of like really relaxing. That says a lot about a person. They are dedicated, loyal, and trustworthy, at least in your opinion. You debate on whether or not to talk to him. He seems like he is really in the zone right. I think it's really interesting that the game constantly refers to us, like Princess, as you, talking to us, the players. Princess doesn't use the name that we assigned them at the beginning of the game. The game constantly talks to us specifically. It doesn't say, and that like tells us our opinions. It doesn't say anything about like Princess's thoughts or feelings. Like it doesn't frame it in that way. So I think again, I have a feeling like this is going to go into like a meta kind of way of like, especially because Princess was talking about at the beginning, not at the beginning, but when we like killed the werewolf, the like she feels happy to finally have like control in her life. So like, is this going to move into like a video game kind of meta narrative where it's like, oh, she doesn't really ever have control because we as the player are the ones controlling her kind of thing? It could be that. You debate whether or not to talk to him. He seems like he is really in the zone right now. I'll talk
Hey,
with him.
Xavier. Nice to see you again.
Oh, what's up, Princess? Sorry I didn't notice you. I was locked in on this. It's good to have you back. I was worried you would tap out after such a busy first day.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Well, you still have to prove that to me. Anyone can last one day. Think of it as a challenge. Show me you've got what it takes to be a coffee employee.
Xavier gives you an assured look that you return with a smile that says challenge accepted. It's hard not to keep staring deep into his eyes. They hold so many wonders behind them. You feel a sense of warmth inside of you. Looks like he's going back to focusing on cleaning. You remember to go talk to Cassandra before she thinks you are late to work. As you approach the staff room entrance behind the bar, you spot Cassandra walking out of it. She heads towards you looking as friendly as always.
Hey, Princess. You got here right on time. As you can see, we're a little slow today. Tuesdays and Thursdays are always like this, but that makes it the perfect time to clean. I pulled up a list of tasks on the laptop in the staff room. Go pick one and get started on it.
A part of you naturally wants to talk back to people who give you orders, but you refrain from doing so. Princess, she is your boss. That's how jobs work. For one, this job actually seems pretty chill. Nothing you have been asked to do seems unreasonable. Also, something about Cassandra makes you actually enjoy getting bossed around by her. Oh? She's fallen in love with Cassandra and Xavier. Sorry, not Xavier, but Xavier so quickly. Some explicit scenes with her in a powerful position over you run through your brain. Oh my gosh, she's so down bad. But you ignore those thoughts before you get too worked up. Relax, girl. Keep it in check. Not at work. Not at work. Cleaning tasks. Deep clean the dishes. Wipe down. Okay, well, I didn't get to read all that, but that's fine. I didn't want to anyways. That's the stupid thought. Looks like you have a choice of either cleaning dishes or wiping down the windows. There's a note with 2 phone numbers attached to the side of the computer. These must be Cassandra and Xavier's phone numbers. You take it and put it inside of your bra for safekeeping.
All right. What tasks should I do today?
We could have also just, like... I mean, it depends if we have a cell phone, I guess. But we could have just put it into our phones. I'll do the dishes. You walk over. Honestly, that was a choice between like 2 of my least favorite dishes. I hate doing dishes because as a kid, that was always the chore I got stuck with. And then as soon as I got like my first job, I got instantly put into the kitchen, where I would then spend every night after the kitchen closed doing dishes for a few hours. And it just drives me crazy. But with Windows, I'm like, there's something about it, like, I feel like I can never get them perfectly clean the way I want them to be, so it constantly drives me up the wall. That, like, you'll, like, get done wiping, and then you're like, oh, there's, like, a single little smear right there. And then you, like, wipe that away, and it's like, there's still a little bit of a smear right there, and then you wipe it away. Still a little bit of a smear right there, wipe it away. And it's just like, You walk over to the coffee bar and get started with the cleaning of the dishes. Because of the crazy busy day yesterday, you knew this would not be an easy task. However, it was even worse than you imagined. The dirty dishes seemed endless. Exactly. Scrubbing dirty cup after dirty cup was extremely boring, but you eventually finished them up. Oh, I guess at least it's only 5%. I was gonna be like, okay, dishes are bad. It's not like 10% numbness, all right? And you know what? The game agreed. After cleaning all morning, you look around for Cassandra to ask what else you could do to help. You notice only one customer in the shop. It's even slower than it was this morning. The only employee still in the shop seems to be you and Cassandra, who is standing behind the counter. She notices you looking for her and walks over to talk to you.
Thanks for cleaning today. You were a big help. You can leave now. This place isn't going to get any busier, so I can handle it alone for the rest of the day.
But I need the money.
By the way, did you write down me and Xavier's phone numbers on the staff computer?
Yes, I got them. I don't have a cell phone right now, but I can call from my landline at home if I need anything.
Sounds good. Don't be afraid to give us a ring if you want to hang out. We are a tight-knit family here at Coffee. We have another busy day tomorrow, though, so be here and ready to go by 7.
Don't worry, Cassandra. I won't disappoint you.
Whenever a character says something like that, it always leads them eventually disappointing the character. You give Cassandra a confident-looking grin and thumbs up, which seems to amuse her. Her eyes sparkle as she lets out a laugh at your corny response. She seems to really enjoy talking to you, but it is hard to tell if she treats everyone this way, or if she's being extra nice to you in particular. As you walk home, you observe the hustle and bustle of the city. Everyone seems to be heading out to grab lunch and then return to their desk job. It is a really weird feeling to already be done with work at this point in the day. Suddenly you realize something. Why are you heading home? The more you think about it, sitting in your apartment alone doesn't really seem all that appealing. All you are going to do is think about taking pills and eat the little amount of food in your fridge. Maybe it would be better to do something fun around town. You try to think of a fun activity you can do that doesn't cost money. Oh, the hardest thing ever in life. Oh, the park. Oh, the park for sure. 1,010% yes. Thank you. It would be so funny if all that like talking I did of like, look at the beautiful nature of these cities, and I'm like, yes, let's not go to the park. After walking to the park, you are entranced with the sounds of nature. Taking a seat at a bench, you decide to take it all in for a moment. The birds chat in the trees as kids play around in the grass fields. You feel the wind blowing your hair side to side as it switches directions. As you people watch, you see someone wave in your direction. You awkwardly turn around to see if they could be looking at someone behind you, but nobody is there. They begin to approach you, and as soon as they do, you begin to recognize them from your past. Oh?
Princess! Wow, I never thought I would run into you here of all places.
See, stupid. You're not the only one with a question mark in your name. It's fine. It's a good name.
Do you still go by that name? I remember you getting mad when I called you your real name once.
I remember you getting mad at me when I called you stupid once.
Yeah, I still prefer not to be called that. Princess is just fine. I'm sorry to ask this, but what was your name again?
Wow.
That's no problem. It's Jane. I wouldn't have expected you to remember that. We hardly knew each other back then.
Her name begins to uncover some forgotten memories stored in the back of your head. You remember her from your high school. She was a grade above you and was in a marching band and science club. The marching band and science club. Needless to say, she wasn't exactly Miss Popular. However, you remember her being well liked by her peers.
Well, I actually just graduated from Virginia University. I got a job here as a junior environmental scientist. I've only lived here for a month, but I've enjoyed it so far. What about you? I had no idea where you went after you dropped out. There were a lot of rumors.
What an awkward thing to say to someone that there are rumors about what happened in their life.
Yeah, I figured. Well, here I am. I wouldn't say I'm thriving by any means, but I'm surviving.
Well, I can't imagine how hard it must have been to live on your own at only 16. You are very brave.
Even though you only spoke a couple of times before this, Jane seems to genuinely care about your well-being. This is hard for you to process. It is crazy to think about how different your lives have turned out. She could have easily just ran you off, pretended she didn't know who you were, but she went out of her way to speak with you. The other shocking thing is the way her appearance has changed. She was always cute. However, you notice two important things that... Oh, I think this might be the most down bad visual novel we read so far. Which isn't a problem. It's just funny. However, you have noticed two important things have developed significantly in the past 5 years.
I'm sorry. I'm actually on the job right now, so I can't chat for much longer. Could you write your number down for me? I'll try and call you so we can find a day to get properly reacquainted.
Sure, I don't have a cell phone right now, but I can give you my landline.
Jane pulls out a small journal and writes your number down. You notice how it is organized with tabs and color-coded. It suits her personality. Her handwriting is very elegant and legible. It looks more like the writing of an author rather than a scientist.
Thanks, Princess. I hope we can hang out soon.
Life sure is strange sometimes. Oh my gosh, a Life is Strange reference? You sit and enjoy the park for a while longer until heading back to your apartment. Oh, let's go. 55%. We're almost halfway to not being numb. After getting home, after catching up with Jane and relax for a while in your living room. Wait, after getting home, after catching up with Jane and relax for a while in your living room. You eat some leftovers from your fridge and ponder what you should do this evening. There's still a good amount of time until you usually go to bed, and you still have a fair amount of energy.
I should give someone a call and see if they want to hang out.
You consider your options. Not that there is that many. Many friends have come and gone throughout your years in the city. You exchange numbers with Jane today, but you also don't want to call them this soon and seem desperate. Your best bet is to either call Xavier or Cassandra. They said they would be down to hang out sometime. Okay. I'm gonna go like that. And then I gotta call Cassandra, come on. After thinking it over, you decide to give Cassandra a call. Also, what the freak is this? Is a vibe. Look how happy she is. I kind of thought this was gonna be like a real kind of downer like most of the time, but like no, outside of like the little bit at the beginning, like no, I mean she's just happy. Look at her. I mean, granted, you know, there's stuff going on in the background and all that kind of stuff, but you know, she seems happy-ish. You remember her number from the note in the coffee shop's laptop. It's somehow stuck around in your memory, perhaps for a reason.
Hey, Cassandra, this is Princess. So remember when you said I could call you to hang out?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm so glad you finally did. I'm actually headed to the West Side Bowling Alley. Do you want to meet me there?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. That's actually pretty close to where I live.
That works great then. I'll be there in around 20.
It's been a while since you've gone bowling, but you remember being better than you expected. The bowling alley is only a 10-minute walk from here, so you have some time to relax. It'd be better for her to get there first. You don't have enough money to pay for a whole lane yourself. After relaxing for a bit and getting ready, you head out to the West Side Bowling Alley. You walk through some side streets to take the shortest route to the bowling alley. It hurts your soul to see the nice neighborhoods with happy families living lives of luxury. A luxury you would likely never be able to afford. Perhaps you're being nihilistic about the future. There is still time to turn your life around. After a short walk, you arrive in the historic district. A lot of the nightlife activities that existed in Jefferson City happened here. Not that there were all that many. It was one of the few areas that has bars, clubs, and some late-night food places. Oh, and a bowling alley. Although this is the first time you've ever visited it. Oh, she looks so cozy. After walking inside, you rent some shoes and then spot Cassandra already at one of the lanes. It seems like she's a little anxious just waiting around for someone all by herself. Understandable enough, there are some scary-looking dudes around here. After you rent shoes, she sees you and waves from a distance as you walk towards her.
Hey, Princess! I'm so glad you could come. Are you ready to bowl?
Yeah, of course. It's been a while since I've done this, though, so don't judge me if I suck.
Gotta set them up to not have any expectations of you. That's also my go-to move.
I could give you some pointers if you want. I really love bowling, and have been doing it my whole life. We should get started. We only have this lane for an hour, and I want to try to get 2 games in.
You take a seat and Cassandra takes her turn first. She takes out her own bowling ball with a custom design from a bag she brought. Can I see it? Do we get to see it? As she approaches the lane, she has a fiery look in her eyes. Her windup is massive, and she catapults herself towards the pin, stopping right before the line. The pins were absolutely obliterated as the words "strike" appear on the TV screen with a goofy animation. You've never seen anyone throw a bowling ball with such force. She is truly a gifted bowler.
All right. Your turn, Princess.
Is there going to be a bowling minigame? You stand up and pick a random bowling ball that fits your hand well enough. After getting into position, you try to think of what your strategy will be. Focus on accuracy. You know better than to try to match Cassandra's speed, so you focus on throwing it straight. Surprisingly, you are able to knock over all the pins except for one. You focus hard on it and are able to knock it over in your second attempt. Another goofy animation pops up on the TV with the word spare.
Great job! Getting a spare on the first frame after not playing for a long time is really impressive.
Even though she had completely outclassed you, she was still very impressed by your skills. Oh, praise me more. Praise me more. You don't get the sense she was joking. You don't get the sense that she was joking. It seems she was genuinely rooting for you. She could have easily scoffed at your inferior skills, but instead, she is super kind and encouraging.
Alright, guess it's my turn again. Wish me luck!
Go get him, Tiger!
You continue to bowl for the next hour and have a lot of fun together. The whole bowling alley begins to watch as Cassandra bowls strike after strike. Everyone is left in awe. It put a lot of pressure on you, but you were able to still put up a respectable 140 points. Cassandra ended up scoring an astonishing 275, almost twice what you got. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yep, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Aw, man. Looks like we don't have time for another game. That's fine, actually. To be honest, that was one of my best scores ever. I think we should celebrate instead. I'm gonna go get some beers from the bar. Do you want some? I'll pay, of course.
Oh, we're trying to, well, the sobriety, I know, like, obviously sobriety, like, accounts for beers, but I don't know if, like, in the specific kind that we're going for, where we're trying to stop taking, like, the pills and the drugs. Does that also count for, I think, I'm just gonna be safe and, like, well, listen, whenever I'm trying to get off of something, like, when I went, like, the full month without, like, any, like, caffeine or high sugar stuff, anytime anyone would offer me anything, my instant response would just be like, no, I am not doing it. I think this could poorly impact me, and I think that we have to stick to that here.
So do I, dumbass. I'm your boss, remember?
Shut up. Shut up. I thought about that. I just didn't expect to get called out on it.
I won't hear any more excuses. I'm getting you a drink, and you are going to like it.
Ooh, don't pressure me into drinking. What the fuck? Before you can protest anymore, Cassandra gets up and heads towards the bar. Looks like you'll be drinking with her whether you like it or not. Ugh. No. Well, you know, I guess at least we're having fun.
Cheers to another day being alive.
You laugh at Cassandra's random one-liner, which shows you the state you're in. It's been a while since you haven't drank a lot, and this is your third beer in less than an hour. Is that a lot? I don't know if that's a lot. Granted, again, she is, like, small. She is small. The bar decided to give Cassandra her first drink for free, and she decided that was a sign to kick her celebration up a notch. Since it was a weekday and hardly anyone was left in the bowling alley this late at night, you kept sitting in your lane.
I'm so glad you could come bowling with me, Princess. I haven't been in so long because I hate going alone. Back when I was in college, I had a group I used to go with. But once I dropped out, we all kind of went our separate ways.
That sucks. I know a thing or two about losing friends myself. Sometimes people are only meant to be in your life for a short time. At least that's the mentality I have.
That's true. It's just so hard to make friends as an adult. And it's even harder to maintain those friendships. Let's treasure our friendship while it lasts, okay? I want to make the most of it.
Cassandra raises her glass and then takes a massive gulp of beer, nearly finishing it in one go. Her drinking skills are almost as impressive as her bowling skills. You try your best to keep up. You and Cassandra continue drinking at the bowling alley late into the night. Time flies as you have so much fun. Eventually, you stumble back home to your apartment. Waking up for work tomorrow is going to be a struggle, but it was worth it. Cassandra seems like a kind and genuine friend that isn't something that comes around often, especially for you. But that's what I was trying to avoid. That right there, that meter going up is explicitly what I was trying to not have happen. Let me hang on. I'm just pulling some stuff up. I'm just very scared of things just not working, so I'm working extra hard to make sure that they are working. Hang on, let me go ahead and move these things about. Hang on. There. Wait. There we go. Wait, hang on. I know I keep saying hang on, but like, give me a sec. Okay, there we go. We're good. Wake up bright and early at 6 a.m. No need to dilly-dally. You decide to get ready and head to work. You enjoy walking through the city in the early morning. The usual busy streets have only a few morning. The usual busy streets have only a few early morning commuters. Shops are opening for business and preparing for the rush of people grabbing something on the way to work. It's like the calm before the storm. As you approach the door to coffee, you notice that it has not even opened yet. You did get here a little bit early, but you did not expect to be the first one. Just as you think that, you hear someone walking towards you from the alleyway.
Good morning, Princess.
Good morning.
Hope you weren't waiting out here too long. I was just taking care of some stuff in the back.
Cassandra sleepily moves towards the metal door cover, pulling out a set of keys to unlock it. It seems she is not nearly as energetic when it's early in the morning. That's perfectly understandable, especially if she had to be here even earlier than you. Ugh. You enter the shop and are surprised to see everything set up already. Cassandra must work hard to be able to do all the opening tasks by herself.
We're going to start getting a lot of customers soon, so you should get on the register. I still have some other things to take care of.
Cassandra heads to the staff room as you head over to the cash register to prepare for the wave of customers. Just as you do that, you hear the entrance door open. Okay. Pulling out the Google Doc again. Gotta get the doc out. I got it. I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Let me delete my past notes. Because I need to make that money. Cassandra heads to the staff room. Just as you do, the door opens. A difficult-looking customer approaches. You know, we could get an easy customer.
Welcome to
One of them
coffee.
could just be
Can I get a
easy.
name for the order?
Me? Me, Brad. Me like coffee. Brad takes one of the Go menus and looks at it with a blank expression on his face. You notice that his eyes are bloodshot red, and he also has a syringe. What? And he also has a syringe stuck in his arm, dangling around like a dog wagging its tail. Okay. Brad hungry. Brad's so hungry. Brad puts the menu in his mouth and begins to chew on it. Brad want black roast. Brad want big coffee in small cup. Hang on, okay, I gotta take these. Black. Big coffee. Small cup. Okay. I think I'm following. I'm following so far. Coffee big. Brad big. Brad want biscuit. Slurp. What is it? Wait, what are you slurping? What are you slurping on? You had a menu in your mouth. Hey God. Brad stops chewing on the menu. This must be a sign that his order is complete. All right, time to write down the order. Extra large. Extra dark. Biscuit. Right?
Thank you for your business. I'll get to making that coffee right away.
You know, so the other characters have all kind of used like the same like lines for if I get their order wrong. I hope that Brad goes from being like, me Brad, me hungry, to like, oh my gosh, my day is completely ruined. Oh my gosh. You begin to help the other customers, and Linus Constrandra completes the order for Brad. It's... It's wrong. It's all wrong. My day is officially ruined. Brad asks for the manager and you to direct them to Cassandra. They begin to scream at her for a solid 10 minutes straight as she smiles and apologizes repeatedly. You pretend not to notice and continue assisting other customers. A difficult-looking customer approaches.
Welcome to coffee. Can I get a name for the order?
Okay, well... Black, big, and small cup, biscuit. You know, those notes didn't help me. I guess I need to be more specific. Hello, my name is Harrison, but I prefer to be called by my spiritual name of Dr. Jesharvanius Yithalinkly Kellington IV. I shall take a look at your wares. Harrison takes out a strange-looking monocle and begins to survey the menu through it. Preposterous! This menu has no class, no style, nothing! I refuse to stoop so low as to choose one of these horrendous options. Instead, I shall have you, my humble servant. Oh, dear lord. Choose for me. I thought that was like the weirdest, like worst way to flirt of like, oh, your menu's simply awful. Instead of a drink, I'll simply choose you. I thought that's what he was going with. Instead, I shall have you, my humble servant and slave of my command, choose a small drink for me. It must be dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, and have no GMO products. I don't know what GMO is. Hang on. Cow-free, gluten-free, vegan, no GMO, or unnaturals. Okay, well, let me look up what GMO is. GMO products. Corn, soybean, canola, and sugar beets. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and copy that down, put it onto our note document. There we go, perfection. Okay, I'm trying so hard for you, Cassandra. I'm trying so hard to be a good employee. Make sure to pick a drink with class as well. I don't want to be mistaken for a commoner. Okay, I'll put, needs to be classy. Okay. Harrison crosses his arms and waits for you to come up with an order for him. Alright, time to write down the order. As a non-coffee drinker, this is like the meanest game to ever like pull on someone. I don't know. Latte, Americano. I'm pretty sure like all of these things have dairy in them. I think. Cortado. Are almonds... Hang on. Okay, wait. Okay, almond. Needs to be classy. This is the meanest one. How am I supposed to get this part right? Hang on. I'm safe coming on this one. We're gonna go back. If I get this one wrong, I'm just gonna try the other options. I'm gonna go meaty. Well, we'll let it run out.
Thank you for your business.
I think the answer was extra large. I think it was extra large. You're gonna help other customers. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and load. Yes, all right. Let's try an extra large.
Thank you for your business.
This is the hardest mini game I've ever been presented with. This is not fair. What do you mean it's wrong? Load. Yes. Large. How much does the size actually matter, though? What do you mean it's wrong? Small.
Thank you for your.
What did it? What? Why did it? I guess is being small classy? I thought he would. I thought that the bit would be like, oh, commoners can't afford the big cup, so he wants a big. I guess being classy means being small. I guess. All right. Anyways, we made money. Harrison hands you a $5 bill. Dude, 15 smackaroos. Oh my gosh, we're loaded. Anyway, it's time to get off of... Oh, wait, no, we have one more. Difficult looking customer approaches. Okay, lock in.
Welcome to coffee. Can I get a name for the order?
I'm not gonna lie, because of the past two people we've had, the moment I heard the dog barking, I was like, are we really about to have a dog order a drink? A gaudy lady with a very annoying small dog in her oversized purse walks up to the counter to order. You would point out the sign that says "No pets allowed" that was on the front door, but she looks highly problematic, so it would probably only cause more issues. Hey, listen. If y'all ever need voice actors, just let me know. I'll do it for free. I'll ruin your project. That is part of the business contract that I would make with you. So, you know. Anyways. Hey, girlie, I'm Pamela. This is my little girl, sweetheart. She's super well behaved, so don't worry about her. Let me look and see what you got here. The dog barking is starting to drive you absolutely insane, but you keep your customer service smile going. You also wonder why every problematic customer introduces themselves to you. Does that mean that they're all regulars? Which means they are coming back? You have to see them again? Oh no. Okay, okay. Tall, iced, coffee, half and half, 4 pumps of vanilla syrup. Oh, whoops, this isn't Starbucks. My bad. I don't know what tall is with normal drink sizes. Wait, I don't know what tall is with normal drink sizes, but you can figure that out. Oh, also, I want a little cream on the side. Wait, so... Wait, tall... normal sizes? Isn't it, like, weird where, like, tall's, like, medium, or is tall small? Little cream on the side for my pup. I didn't need to write that last bit down. Okay, so that's it. Starbucks sizes. Small to big. Demi, short, tall, grande, venti. Okay, so it's like a medium. Iced coffee. 4 pumps. Would it be large or medium? I didn't think about it this far. Is tall a large at Starbucks? No, tall is not a large at Starbucks. Is a small? But there were like 10 sizes. Oh, wait, what? Now I'm being shown a different thing. What happened to the demi? Anyways, moving on. Small. Yup, I knew that off the top of my head.
Thank you for your business. I'll get to making that coffee right away.
Okay, we're good. As long as we only get one wrong a day, then we're fine. You begin to help out the other customers in the line as Cassandra creates the complicated order from Pamela. After Cassandra finishes the order, they give it to you and call out the order number. What?! Wait. No. No. No, no, no. My document right here explicitly says that I am correct. That's what it says in... You can quote me on that. It says I am right. Tall iced coffee, half and half. 4 pumps of... Did I do... What did I do wrong? Did I save on that one? No, I didn't. Well, I guess we're poor. The game's just trying to replicate my real life, you know? Art imitates life. As the rush of customers finally ends, you take a look around. Looks like it's already evening again. The nice part of working a busy shift is that the time goes by incredibly fast. It's probably just a medium. The bad part is that you are completely exhausted. After finishing up your closing tasks, you say goodbye to Cassandra and Xavier and head home. After showering and eating dinner, you still have a bit of energy before going to sleep. Well, actually, not really, but you will be damned if you go an entire day without doing anything for yourself. Oh, why is this maid targeting me specifically? This forces you to will the energy into existence. This is why I never go to bed. Oh, we're gonna read. Do we need to do our skincare routine? I think the thing with this though is it doesn't feel like the reason here's my logic. I do think the skincare routines are very important, but those don't feel like a for me kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, catching up on reading is like a hobby. It's something you do to relax. Your skincare routine, it feels like one of those things like you do. Like it's like cooking, you know. It's something important that you have to like. You don't have to do this one. It's like cooking, but it's something that's important to do, but it's not really relaxing to do, at least in my opinion. So we're gonna do reading.
I should do some reading. I'm curious what happens next in this book anyway.
You begin to read a novel while curling up into bed. It's super comfortable, which also makes it really hard to concentrate on the book. You shouldn't read in your bed, all right? That turns into a place of wakefulness. Eventually, you drift off to sleep with a book in hand. Okay, manageable. Thursday, August 29th, 2004. You wake up around 8 a.m. Luckily, your shift doesn't start as early today. It's really nice to be able to wake up before your alarm goes off. After getting ready and eating a small breakfast, you head out to go to work. You walk quickly through downtown and arrive at the coffee shop. It is hard to tell whether the shop is open or not because of how little people are inside. Xavier looks like he is dying of boredom standing behind the register. You decide to head inside before he notices you staring at him. We have done that a lot to Xavier, huh? Just stare. As you walk in, you say hello to Xavier and an old man slowly sipping his coffee in the corner. You look around only to notice that he is the only customer in the shop right now. With Xavier at the register, you decide to go in to the staff lounge and see if there are any tasks that need to be done. Hey, Cassandra. How's your early morning nap? Looks like Cassandra's taking an early break. Probably because of how little there is to do right now. Can't tell if she is sleep deprived or just a very sleepy person in general. A little column A, a little column B. Even though her eyes are open, you can tell that her mind is elsewhere, especially because she hasn't noticed you at all. You decide to quietly walk over to the computer and see what tasks are available. Mop the floor and check inventory. You sneak out of the staff lounge just in case Cassandra's alarm goes off and she wakes up. It would be bad if she thought you were watching her sleep.
Alright, what tasks should I do today?
I'm so glad that there's a billion save slots. It's just for people like me. We'll check inventory. You pick up the checklist from the supply closet and begin doing inventory on all the supplies behind the coffee bar. Even though this seems like an easy task, you quickly realize it would be much tougher than you expected. You have to count so many things: cups, espressos, coffee beans, syrups. The amount of supplies needed to run a coffee shop is truly astounding. You were able to finish the inventory eventually, but you developed a headache in the process. Oh, no, never mind, I should have bopped, Turns out trying to maintain your will to live is really hard. After completing your cleaning task, you decide to take your lunch break. You ate some leftover pastries, which were close to expiring, and went on a walk around the block. This seems like a good habit to get into. It helps you digest your food and get out of the coffee shop for a little bit. Yep, that is a very true thing. That's why it's important to go even for like a very short walk after you eat something to help your digestive systems. However, your break is nearly over. Time to return to your post. Looks like nothing much has changed. The shop still seems to be slow on business. You look around and do not see Cassandra anywhere. She must still be working on some stuff in the staff room. That may be giving her too much credit. She's probably just nodding off while pretending to look busy.
Hey, Princess. Cassandra told me that you can leave now. I'm going to leave soon myself, but I still have a few things to take care of.
Well then, guess I should head home. See you tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Have a good rest of your day.
You begin to walk towards the direction of your apartment. However, you begin to have second thoughts, much like the last time you got out of work early. I already visited the park. Perhaps I should take a walk around the city. Now seems like as good a time as any. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. After walking around town for a while, you wander into an upscaled convenience store. Usually you like to grab a snack and sit at a table and people watch through the large windows. Today you kind of just wandered in here on a whim. You already ate some leftover pastries at the coffee shop. It has been a while since you have been here though. The only reason you came here before was because it was close to your previous job. As you walk up and down the aisles looking at the new items they have, you notice something. A man is looking at you through the corner of his eye. Once he sees you notice this, he begins to approach.
What's a fine lady like you doing here all by yourself?
First of all, that has got to be one of the worst pickup lines I have ever heard. Second of all, I'm shopping for groceries. Is that really so strange to do alone?
Okay, you got me. That was a super lame line. I just couldn't think of anything better to say. The name's Felix. Let's just start this conversation over again and pretend I wasn't being a creep.
Strong start there, buddy. Yeah, let's go with that. Your harsh words didn't even seem to faze him in the slightest. You can't help but be impressed. Most men throw up the white flag and retreat immediately when you extend your claws, metaphorically of course. However, he's different, which means he's either a complete bonehead or his confidence is just on another level. Probably some mix of both of those things.
Okay, I guess I'll give you one redo. Try asking a more normal question this time.
Okay, what is your name? How long have you been in the city?
People call me Princess. I ran away from home when I was 16 and moved here. So I guess I've been here for 5 years now? Time started flying as soon as I left my hometown. Probably just because I've been focused on making it to tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
That was a
I actually had a pretty similar experience.
lot of extra information. I asked for your name and how long you live here, not your whole life, not your whole backstory, alright? Oh, wow. Wait, I start almost reading for him.
My folks kicked me out at 17. I worked a bunch of odd jobs until I got my current gig as a bartender. I haven't talked to him ever since. Is it the same way with you?
My dad tries to get in touch with me every now and then, but it's never for anything good. I was never really close with my family anyway.
You and Felix stand in silence, reflecting upon your past. Although your initial judgment of him was that he was just another creepy dude, it seems that there's still a lot more to him. He is very handsome and confident, but on the inside he's probably hurting just as bad as you are.
Sorry if I made it weird again. I have a habit of doing that, if you couldn't tell. If you give me your number, I can give you a call to hang out sometime. Third time's the charm, they say. I just need one more chance, and I promise to be as normal as possible.
Well, I don't usually do this, but you seem innocent enough. Fine. I'll write my number down. Don't text me, though. It's a landline. I don't have a cell phone right now.
Felix writes his number down on a receipt and gives it to you. He then hands you a cell phone so you can create a contact for yourself. You aren't sure if you fully trust him yet, though. I mean, you did just meet him. Oh, I mean, it's a, yeah, I mean, I'll put in my real number. Yeah, of course. You decided to not put in a fake number in. Your instincts tell you he's actually a good guy. He just seems to be horrible at first impressions.
Thanks. I promise you won't regret this.
Overjoyed, he flashes you a smile and then prances out of the store like a schoolgirl. You can't help but be flattered at how happy he was to get your phone number. Only time will tell what his intentions with you are, but he seems much different than the usual creeps who hit on you. It wouldn't be fair if you didn't at least give him a chance. After walking around for a bit longer and people watching out of the window, you decide to head back to your apartment. After getting home, after catching up with Felix and relaxing for a while in your living room, you heat up some frozen foods from your freezer and ponder what you should do this evening. As you do this, you think about visiting one of your friends.
I should give someone a call and see if they want to hang out.
Who would you like to hang out with? I mean, we see Xavier like every day. I'm gonna go with Jane. After thinking it over, you decide to give Jane a call. It's been long enough since getting her number, you begin dialing it up. It's somehow stuck around in your memory, perhaps for a reason.
Hey Jane, this is Princess. Would tonight be good for us to get properly reacquainted?
For sure. I just got back from work, so I'm relaxing at home. If you're down for it, I know a really cool nature spot where we can watch the sunset.
That sounds super cute. I would love to do that.
Okay, awesome. Meet me at the national park near the south side of town.
Oh.
Hurry before the sunset.
What are we? Some kind of national park girls? Oh my gosh. Luckily, you already live near the south side of town, so it's not too far of a walk from here. If you leave now, you will get there in around 10 minutes. You decide it would be best to head over right now to get there before she does. There is still a little while until the sun will fully set, but you don't have anything better to do. You follow the side streets in your neighborhood in the opposite direction as usual. This path usually takes you into downtown, but today you are walking the other way to get out of town. Getting out of town is a lot shorter of a walk than your usual route. It sucks having a longer commute, but it is well worth it for the lower rent.
Oh, hey, Princess.
Oh, that's
You
such a
made it
cute
just in
fit.
time.
Judging from her bored expression before seeing you, it's safe to assume Jane has been here for a while. Perhaps she was already here when you called
You
her.
got here really early, didn't you, Jane?
Wait, how did you know that? Well, you are right on that one. To tell you the truth, I was here when I called you earlier.
Do you mean you were here when I called you earlier? Silly Jane.
Nothing wrong with that. I was just wondering how you got here so fast after work.
Well, I don't really like being home alone. So, usually, I change after work and go on long walks until the sun sets.
See, never me. I love being home alone. Do we pry? Do we pry right after just in? But I'm curious though. Okay. Here's the thing. I wouldn't, but I'm gonna ask
Did you
now.
have a rough home life growing up?
That's okay.
It's kind of typical behavior for someone who did. I would know.
That's not. I thought she was just gonna be like, "Oh, what do you mean by that?" So something restrained a little bit, something a little bit more natural, normal. But instead, she's like, "Oh, well, did you have a rough home life growing up?" Let me armchair psychologist you really quick. Why? Why well, I guess, you know, you fit the day. No.
You are reading me so easily. It's kind of freaking me out. I wouldn't say my home life was all bad. At least, it wasn't always. To be honest with you, I don't really feel comfortable talking about this right now.
That's so fair. I didn't mean to pry that hard. I was gonna do like a surface level pry in my head, but again, we just full dived right on into that. I'm so sorry.
I picked out a cool spot for us to sit and watch the sunset. Follow me.
Oh my gosh. It's one of the promotional arts, and the very pretty one. Jane took you on a surprisingly long walk around the national park. You realize it had been a while since you have exercised, so it was more of a challenge for you than it should have been. After walking for a while, you and Jane sit down under a tree with a perfect view of the setting sun. Around 5 or 10 minutes pass by, and you both admire its beauty.
Sitting out here with you makes me feel like a kid again. Enjoying the last bit of playtime before my mom calls me in for supper.
I'm glad you feel that way. Did you play outside a lot when you were little?
Well, yeah. It's not like I had anything better to do in Thomasville. You would know, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's true, I suppose. Although, the nature around there was really extraordinary. I think growing up in Thomasville was a big reason why I chose to pursue environmental science.
You smile at Jane fondly to show your support. And it seems that small town life has had an impact on both of you. Although you aren't as passionate about nature as Jane, you still can't understand its influence on her. Maybe the two of you are more similar than you initially expected.
Even though we don't really know each other well, watching the sunset with you is making me really happy.
Oh, she's into us! Oh, let's go, we're in!
Thank you so much for coming here to hang out with me.
It's no problem, really. I'm enjoying myself too.
Jane seems to wear her heart on her sleeve and is very appreciative of you. It's hard for you to respond to unexpectedly kind words. It's just not something you're used to. You feel that your response could have been more affectionate, but it was adequate nonetheless. The sparkling look of happiness in her eyes tells you that it was enough to satisfy her.
I just want to enjoy this moment together as long as I can. Do you mind if I scoot a little closer?
Oh my gosh, wait, she's really into us. Oh my gosh. I was saying that as a joke. I was like, I thought that was a bit of like them, you know, doing a little bit of flirty dialogue early on, you know, to put the seed in your brain that like that's an option. I didn't expect her to be like actually like, hey, listen, this is totally gonna be like I've liked you ever since we were like little kids. That's totally the way that this is gonna go. You and Jane sat close together and watched the sunset. Just before the night fell, she guided you back down the trail to the city. She had the kind of happiness that you thought only a child could have. You couldn't help but let her pure heart fill you with joy. Oh my gosh, the first time we've dropped below 50%. Okay, so note to self. Hang out with Jane at every Oh, I was looking down. I tend to mime a lot of things while we're playing games. So I was like, I was writing like a note down as if I was actually writing a note, like miming that out. And then as I was saying all the stupid joke, not worth it. I just look up and see, this is the end of the demo. Thank you so much for playing, and please continue supporting Princess of World's End. We here at Waycall Studios, if that's how I think you pronounce it, have poured our heart and soul into this project. So it means a lot for you to have played, so really thank you so much. Please support our Kickstarter so we can make this project possible and allow it to fulfill its greatest potential. Yes, absolutely, please freaking do. Because that was like, there's a lot to it, which I really appreciate. Just in terms of like actual like mechanics, that's why I even like made like kind of like the joke about like, oh, is there gonna be a bowling mini game? Because like not only is there like the numbness thing, we get introduced like the coffee making thing really quick, so that kind of like made me feel like, oh, like there's probably like more coming. And so like that did like a really again, there's just like more to it. I like having something to manage, even if I do feel like it's a little silly that even after saying no to the beer, I still had my numbness increased. I feel like that's a little cheap. But besides that, besides like literally like that one thing, I don't really think there's like any like kind of issues. Like, of course we found like a few like spelling errors and like grammatical errors in there. But like the thing said at the beginning, like this is like an early access demo. You know, like this is not like the full product. Things are still being touched up. Things are still being worked on. It's like those things. And again, even then, when y'all know me, when I find like any kind of like spelling errors or stuff like that in the games, I don't care that much. I see a lot of people get like tilted about it, like, oh, like the blah 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 blah. Why is this like not like this? Whatever. But for hang on, I'm trying to find some information to give all of you. Hang on. But wait, what was I saying? But like to me, like I just think that's funny. Like whenever I'm reading a book that a friend recommends, I find like a typo or something like that in it, I just hang on, this should be what I was looking for. Yes, there we go. Okay, let me go ahead and oh wait. Oh, the Kickstarter's over. Oh, I was pulling it up to be like, oh, everyone make sure to back the Kickstarter because I really want this game to, like, you know, have all the things, you know. We're definitely going to be talking about like a little bit more about like the behind the scenes stuff. The reason tomorrow and the other time, like the other Fall in Love Festival games we're going to play, I'm going to talk more about like the behind the scenes stuff a little bit before we actually get into the game. But because of how late I started, I wanted to make sure to like actually be able to show off like the full demo, just to show like what everything that it's about, just to make sure, because I feel like that's like the main thing that is going to draw people in, is actually like seeing what playing the game is like, you know, instead of hearing it like described. So with us starting so much later, like almost like 40 freaking minutes later, I kind of just figured that getting right into the game would kind of be for the best. But yeah, no. Anyways, I want to talk more about the thoughts on the game. So yeah, again, I do like having something to manage. I like how that there is some kind of minigame, even if I do think the minigame is a little mean to people who don't drink coffee. If I had a nickel for every time a visual novel that we played made me want to get into coffee, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So that's always a lot of fun. And I think the premise is also just so weird and interesting, of just, hey, we're just kind of gonna go about like our normal life, but also there's like this ominous threat that like the world's gonna end in 6 weeks, and so like we're still at the point of the story where like the character thinks like that was all a dream. Like I think we went through, like, how many days would we go through? I think we went through three days after leaving Samantha's, so I think we were only like, so it's technically, I guess we're on like day 4 that we ended on. So I think we're 3 days away from going back to Samantha, and then actually like being like, oh my gosh, wait, this wasn't a dream. Whoa, which I was really excited for that bit, because I don't know, as soon as you add in like here, I don't know, I really like the idea of it being like, it's not really like an isekai, but I guess, I mean, it's like transference to an extent, of like your mind being transferred to another place where you have like all these powers and all that kind of stuff. But you're only there for a short time. I like the idea of like switching back and forth. Like you still have like your very normal, so like urban kind of life. You know, like you go to work, you hang out with your friends and stuff like that. And then once a week you go and do all the magical stuff going on. I really like that as a concept, because like I when I brought it up earlier, I was like, it's gonna be like really arbitrary to not have the character just constantly like working at like solving this issue. Like, why would that not just be a thing? But like the whole 1 week restriction anyways, and then her still thinking it's a dream, I'm like, okay, it makes a lot of sense, because a lot of stuff that's going on right now is, it introduces you to a lot of like the magical stuff, the fantasy elements, like really early on, to kind of be like, hey, we promise like this is going to be in it. It's just not going to be in it for a little while after this point. You know, we're just giving you a little introduction, so then you know it's there, so you kind of get the premise of the story. And then it kind of takes that, it's like completely out of the focus. It has not been mentioned since it happened, essentially. so that it can focus on building up, like, you know, the situation that all the characters are going through. It can get you introduced to all the characters. It can, like, literally get, like, Princess introduced to the entire cast, and then it can start, like, building up, like, the characters who are here in the world and, like, everything going on with them to kind of, you know, make you want to save the world more. You know what I mean? Of, like, sure, you can throw in the premise of, like, oh no, the world's going to end, but I wouldn't care about it if I didn't like the people who are in it. And I think, like, well, I'm not, like, let's say, like, we boot up the game and then the next day, oh no, the world ends, the characters all die. I don't think I'd, like, really be upset about it at that point, but I think the game's done a really good job of, you know, again, like, getting us introduced to all the characters. Like, even, like, Felix, who had, like, this has had, like, the least screen time of anyone. I feel like his introduction was strong. Of him just being, like, this really awkward guy who, like, really relates to Princess, but still manages to stay happy and chipper despite all that. You know what I mean? So I think he, like, despite him, like, again, being an awkward guy, like, outside of that, like, I mean, I say that being an awkward guy is fine. But despite being an awkward guy, he still had just a very strong entrance to help make him, like, memorable, you know? So even though he had the least amount of screen time, I don't think he's, like, that much lesser than the other characters that we've hung out with more, essentially. So I think it's doing a very good job of, again, introducing the characters and stuff. Also, again, like, all the animation, I love how animated this all is. And I do, like, wonder, like, if this is also, like, live 2D stuff, like, if these are just kind of, like, assets that are being animated. I'm not entirely sure. But no, I really do like it. Again, it kind of just, like, gives, like, a... It's not something I'd ever even, like, thought about in, like, other visual novels of being like, oh, things should be... like, why isn't there any animation? Like, there's no movement or anything. Like, I've just been, like... Because I like visual novels, so I never really seen, like, the fact that they're, you know, just pictures as, like, any kind of, like, complaint, because I've heard a lot of people complain about that too. So, like, actually, but, like, having the animation here, again, it just get like a more lively feel in some moments, and especially, like, here on, like, this, like, very lovely opening screen. So yeah, those are, like, my I guess also really quick to talk about it. So far, I like Princess as a main character. She hasn't done enough to be like, this girl's my ride or die, you know, like, the some of the ways, like, because, like, that's always, like, a big thing of, like, when you're, like, in a visual novel, you spend so much time in the main character's head specifically that you get, like, really attached to them, like, you know, like with Miho or Olive or, like, Shiro. It's like, this person's my ride or die right now. Anywhere they go, I want to be going with them. And Princess isn't quite there yet, but again, it's just a demo, you know. And I think she herself has a lot of interesting things going on with her. Especially, like, seeing, like, how different she is with all the other characters. I'm really interested to, like, explore, like, her relationships with all of them. I'm interested to learn more about her family life and why she actually ran away. Basically, like, how she kind of ended up being the way she is. And I'm sure, like, something about her past is going to play into, like, why she's, like, the messiah of the story, like, the one person who can, like, has the offensive magic capability of putting an end to all this, you know? Like, I'm sure this is something that's going to play into there. So, like, especially with, like, this whole form going on, like, there's obviously, like, some weird shenanigans going on there. Because as far as we know, like, Kasuno didn't have anything like this. So the fact that she does, you know, it's more stuff that sets her apart, essentially. Also, the title makes just so much sense, you know? I do wonder, though, like, if, like, maybe if Princess is, like, a reincarnation from, like, other worlds that have ended or something. Like, I don't know. That's just a thought that I've had. I don't think there's, like, really anything to substantiate that thought, but still, regardless. But yeah, also, I think, in terms of, like, the art, I think my favorite part about it is just, like, the coloring. To me, and we talked about it a billion times, but, like, lighting and atmosphere is, like, such a major component to, like, how things feel. And I didn't bring it up when I should have, but it's the scene of when we first get to, like, Samantha's cabin. Or not cabin. Why did I say it's a cabin? It's not even remote. There's, like, no wood in sight. To Samantha's house, of just how well the interior lighting contrasts with, like, the exterior's darkness, essentially. And how, like, those, like, play together. And then anytime there's, like, I think, like, it gets especially strong during scenes of sunset. I think it really handles like the way like the light just interacts with things in general, like when it's like coming in through like the coffee shop's windows and everything, and how it like spills across everything. And again, I feel like they did a very good job like in terms of just like the color choices of making them like contrast really well together, or just like blend, like not blend in together very well, but like go together very well. Because again, it's more of like a contrast again at like the opening scene with Samantha, where it's like all these like very like cool like blues and greens, and then you get the pops of like not like, it's not even like oppressively bright yellows. It's like just here's just a splash of yellow, here's a splash of yellow, here's a splash of yellow from the windows, and I really like that. But yeah, no. I just want to look over the Kickstarter thing, because again, I thought that this was still going. This is entirely my bad. In my defense, it ended 13 days ago. I don't know what I was supposed to do about that. But I just kind of want to look over all the stuff that's on the Kickstarter page. Hang on, let me scroll up. Had 190 backers, incredible. It got the full pledging. Let's go. That is really exciting. The features are full voice acting for all characters. Incredible. Hey, listen, again, if you need anyone to voice Brad or Harrison, I'm your guy. 4 romanceable characters who each have their own stories to uncover, with multiple endings. And I'm assuming that, like, at bare minimum, there's going to be an ending per, like, kind of romance route. So that's something I would talk about at the beginning of, like, there are 4 romanceable characters, so, it's still a game that has, like, you know, LGBT representation by the fact, like, you know, Princess can date or, like, romance Jane and Cassandra, I'm guessing. That'd be such a twist. That'd be such a twist if it's like, actually, these 4 main characters that you've met, none of them are the dateable options. They haven't been introduced yet. I'm a little sad that Kasano isn't an option. Her design is fire, and I want to know more about her. So I'm very sad that she isn't an option, but you know, you can't have everything in life. The game is going to be around 10 to 20 hours of playtime. We'll be more certain if stretch goals are hit. Okay, that's just a fair thing to put down. A 100% human-made experience with yes, please. The amount of AI slop that started appearing on like the Steam page has become like so like disheartening. Like, not like from an outside perspective, it's like there are so many people who are working so hard to make things, and then there's this AI slop garbage that's still like making money, like yada yada, that kind of stuff. And like, you know me, I am very strongly against anything AI. So you know, I'm very, very happy that this is, you know, just a very good example of, like, I like when things are being made by people, is all I'm trying to say. That's a very roundabout way of saying it, but I'm also very tired. It is very late. John's, but that's fine. An emotional story with many highs and lows, inspired by other great visual novels such as Fate Stay Night, Tsukihime, and Seiken no Iganok? I think is how you pronounce that. Listen, the amount of streams that you'd have to have missed to not know that I'm a huge Fate fan, and that I really want to play Tsukihime, I just haven't had the time yet. But I really want to. Listen, I have the remake bought. I have like the whole box set for it and everything. I just haven't yet. But anything inspired by Fate Stay Night gets an instant seal of approval from me instantly. I think that might have actually been all. Yeah, okay, because I had like the other stuff pulled up to go over, and that kind of the Kickstarter kind of covered it all. But again, I'm just really glad that the Kickstarter was fully pledged. This game, it was a lot of fun to read through. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, like, I feel like something that happens to me a lot is when there are complications. Depending on, like, the level of complications, I tend to, like, bounce back from it pretty fine. But, like, let's say I'm in the middle of, like, a recording. Like, oh, I'm recording a Silent Hill 2, episode 10. And I run out of space, and then I have to clear some stuff out before I can continue the episode. And then as soon as I continue the episode, maybe that's the one time a month my power flickers out, so I have to like stop the recording for that again, and then I have to wait for things to get rebooted, and then as soon as that happens, my neighbors start construction. These are things that do happen when I start recording, and then it kind of like sours, like, I kind of just not in the mood to do this anymore. But the fact that after like 3, I guess it's 2 times of the streams ending. Was it 2 times? I mean, I guess I can just check my YouTube page right now, actually. Let me just go ahead and do that. Regardless, after a bunch of times of my stream ending, having to literally restart my computer and my router, and then after I realized that that isn't what's going to actually fix it, then I had to do the whole log thing in OBS. And then I had to figure out how to get my computer working with the Ethernet and not pulling from the Wi-Fi at all. The fact that I still came back to it and like just had a good time is kind of like just a good quality of like how enjoyable I found this game to be. Yeah, how many times was it? Okay, so no, it's just the third stream. Also, wow, we've been streaming for a long time. An hour and a half for the first one, 11 minutes for the next one, an hour and a half from so far into this next one. Dang, look at us go. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm like a real streamer now. I actually stream longer than like an hour and a half now. That's crazy. I'm literally just like rolling back. You know, never mind. Actually, what the freak am I even talking about? Like, sure, I have some 2-hour streams in here. So many of these are like 3 to 4 hours long. For some reason, I thought I streamed like way less than that. For some reason in my brain, I was like, yeah, like sure, there's like the occasional like Undertale stream 3 in here that is only an hour and 40 minutes. I say an hour and 40 minutes. Like, that's still a long time to be like doing a thing like this. But for some reason, I thought that was like my average. But no, my average really is like 2 hours and 40 minutes to 3 hours long. Yeah, like the last episode of the Headwell Lost, well, outside of getting like the cat stories, but the Headwell Lost stream, the last one was 4 hours and 40 minutes, almost a 5-hour long stream. But to be fair, that's just because like the Headwell Lost is so good. The Headwell Lost is so fire, dude. That's one that I've like. It took us so long to finish it that by the time we oh gosh, I need to go back and remake new thumbnails for all the videos. That's something I started doing, and then just never ever finished. You know, I just never ever finished doing that. I probably should at some point, because I'm looking at all the Headwell Lost ones, and I'm like, all right, here's the number 1 thumbnail, here's number 2 thumbnail, here's number 3 thumbnail, here's number 4 thumbnail. And like they're all labeled 1, 1, 1. Oh, hang on. When do I put in this next one? Okay, the first 6 the Headwell Lost streams were all with the first thumbnail. Then 7, 8, 9. Oh, it was just 7 and 8 that used 2. It was around the 9th stream of the Headwell Lost that I was like, oh my gosh, I should probably add a new number to that thumbnail. Oh. Anyways, I'm stupid. Dang. The summer demo was a full year ago. That's crazy. Wait, when was this? I'm so sorry. This is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing. When did I upload this? Give me an exact. Oh wait, almost exactly a year ago. It was on September 4th, 2024. That's kind of crazy. Shoot, I dropped my things. No, that's crazy, actually. Because I was actually thinking about that today, like, oh, man. Despite the fact that I'm already drowning in things to stream and, like, things that I need to catch up on, I'm like, if they just wanted to hit us with a surprise thing of, like, hey, guys, summer's coming out, I'd be like, oh, say less. Say less, give it to me. Anyways, what were we talking about? Why did I look that up? Oh, it's because I was talking about how long I've been streaming for. I was like, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm being a consistent, like, real streamer. But I'm like, nah, dog, I guess this is how I've always been. Less impressed with myself than I thought I was. But I think, outside of the obvious, everyone, please check out Princess of World's End. I think that this is a very cool project. And it definitely deserves the attention. So I hope it gets it. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll see all you guys in... that was the worst outro I've ever tried for. Oh, God. With all that being said, I will see all you beautiful people in the next one. And the net... This is so embarrassing to do live. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing Lover's Enigma. It's another demo. It's got Ghosted Exorcist in it. I was trying to say that all in like a smooth way. I couldn't. I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. I fucking hate myself.